If you could make love to a fragrance.
Ooh. Hi, welcome to Therottenrebel. I'm here with the one and only Sandra Solomon Fragrance.
Yes, hi everyone.
And welcome back to another Hot or Not. So this is where we take turns in presenting fragrances that we are going to discuss if they are hot or not. In other words, if they are sexy or not. Yes. So I have no idea which 6 fragrances you have chosen, and you have no idea which I've chosen.
And why I like doing this so much is because a fragrance can be really hot, and then a fragrance could be really good without actually being hot.
Yeah. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Are you ready?
Yes.
So ladies first, what do you have?
I have Kenzo Marine.
One of my favorites this year, by the way.
This is one of my all-time favorites, and the first one I fell in love with was the EDT Intense. Oof. Because that one has a calypso note that is out of this world. This one, however, does not have calypso, but this has marine notes together with ylang ylang, and somehow they have created this light version of the intense one. So it's almost like it smells calypso, but there's no calypso. This one is incredible. If you could make love to a fragrance, this one is this sounds so weird. Let's just skip that.
Okay.
But this one is extremely hot. So what do you think?
Okay, yeah, all I needed was to take a sniff of it to make up my mind. This is definitely hot. So are you ready to create some reactions out there?
I am always ready to create reactions.
Okay.
I love when everyone gets angry at me for the things I say.
Hopefully no one gets angry here. We are talking about fragrances, different noses, different taste. But with that said, this is a fragrance that is quite popular. It's a cheapie, and this is Encre Noir from Lalique. Do you feel this is a sexy fragrance or not? Is this hot or not?
This one is a really well-made fragrance. I mean, I'm not a fan of vetiver, earthy fragrances, but this one actually is one of the better vetiver-focused fragrances. However, I think it smells good, and I have recommended it in some top lists. But I don't think it's hot.
And here are my thoughts on Encre Noir. This is incredibly well made, and the price is usually fantastic, but it's not a hot fragrance. This is too vetiver heavy. It's almost dark. I'm gonna say dampish, if that's even like a word, but sort of like that. There's this sort of a wetness over it that is not something attractive. This is still a well-made scent, but this is not hot.
And the next one I picked out is a classic, and it is CK One. And I know that there are a lot of guys who has this one, a lot of guys who loves this one, and it's a really popular fragrance that is not that expensive, and it has been around for long. Yeah.
And this is like quite easy to wear, quite likable. I don't think anyone is going to say they don't like the way you smell if you spray this one on.
Yeah.
I do not feel this is a hot fragrance.
This is definitely a good smelling scent. This is something that most people will be comfortable wearing, and people will be comfortable smelling it. But this is not going to make hearts skip a beat or any panties drop. This is not hot.
And now a fragrance I recently did a first impressions of. I'm going to link to that one above, so please do check it out. This is Armaf Club de Nuit Untold, which basically is a Baccarat Rouge 540 clone. Quite a well-made one. Hot or not?
So I'm not sure who is going to be happy for me saying this, but on a woman, this is incredibly hot.
Yes.
On some men, not many, this is incredibly hot. On some, it just won't work. So
interesting.
I would say it's hot and not, but mostly it's hot.
Yeah, you can just pick one of those. And I agree with you. I think this is an extremely attractive unisex scent. So this on a woman, super sexy, and I already received compliments while wearing this. This gives me a super sexy feeling whenever I wear it. I do feel that that sort of a Baccarat Rouge DNA is a fantastic one. Fantastic in a sexy way and in a unisex sort of a sexy way. So this is definitely hot.
And my next pick is L'Homme from YSL.
Classic.
This is a classic.
Yeah.
This has been around for long, just like the CK One. It's a fragrance that a lot of guys has in their collection. And I remember the first time, or no, it was not the first time. I remember one time when I had a strong reaction to this one and you were kind of surprised. Because to me, this is extremely hot.
I just gotta spray this again and...
Hot. Hot.
This is a tricky one
Smoking
because I've always enjoyed L'Homme. When I said that this is a classic fragrance, I mean that in the sense that this has a classic and classic kind of vibe. This is definitely something I feel is quite elegant. I truly enjoy L'Homme. I've recommended L'Homme in quite a few of my videos. But I do feel there are YSL fragrances, YSL L'Homme fragrances, YSL La Nuit de L'Homme fragrances, YSL Y fragrances that are hotter than this one. So here's the thing. There's a bit of sexiness in L'Homme.
Lots.
But I do feel this is more classy and elegant than sexy. Yes, it does have a bit of sexiness to it. Yes, it's an attractive kind of scent. But I don't feel this one screams something hot and sexy.
I just love hearing when you are wrong.
Okay, so this is quite a polarizing fragrance. I do understand why. This is Oud Ispahan from Dior. Hot or not?
This smells of dirty oud. It has a funky rose. It has something very spicy over it. It really doesn't smell good. It just smells elegant and beautiful and incredibly sexy and hot, and I love it.
Okay, so it was basically everything then?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So here are my thoughts on Dior Oud Ispahan. I do understand why this is a polarizing scent. This one has always been, at least to me, a dance between something that is sort of funky, dirty and sexy and something that is extremely classy, elegant and beautiful. That rose is that beautiful thing. That oud is definitely something that constantly shifts between dirty and funky and something that smells a bit different. Those two are constantly dancing around each other, and one moment you get a whiff of something that is dirty and you go like, okay, what's going on? What is that? And the next is like, okay, whoa, this is insanely sexy. And I think that really reflects in the reactions I get when I wear this. Sometimes it's like, okay, what's that funky smell? And sometimes it's like, okay, this is insanely sexy. You smell so damn good. I absolutely love this one. This is definitely hot.
And the next one is an incredibly popular fragrance from Montale, and it is Black Oud. And you have had this for a really long time.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most popular from this brand.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
Yeah, so I had this one for quite some time, and it's also definitely one of my absolute least used fragrances. This, I know some people feel that this is like the most beautiful version of oud and rose. I think this is, it's hard to put this thing into words. It's like medicinal,
Soapy,
funky, cloying, everything at once. I don't feel the rose is beautiful. I have a lot of other fragrances with rose in them that I feel is truly beautiful and wearable. I also have a lot of other oud fragrances where I feel the oud is something that smells super attractive. This is not hot.
And the thing is that I know that you have really given this chance after chance.
Yeah.
I have been around for quite some time when you have sprayed this on by itself, walked around and tried to like it. And you have been asking me like, how does it smell? What do you think about this? And you have also tried layering this with so many different fragrances. And you have been like, yeah, maybe I found the perfect layering. And then a couple of minutes later, you're like, no.
And I do want to say that I also worn this while being out and about. Never ever received a compliment for it. And also, this is one of the few ones where someone said something that was, I mean, it wasn't something bad, but it was like a subtle, hey, what's going on? What are you wearing?
So this one is not hot, and it should come with a warning. Do not spray this on a human being.
So from one rose fragrance to another, this is Moschino Toy Boy Rose. How do you feel about this one? Like a spicy rose.
First of all, I want to say that I love the bottle. Most people don't. This smells really different. I really appreciate it because it is so different. This is like nothing else, and they have really created something out of the ordinary. I actually think this is a great fragrance, and I think it's a perfect fragrance if you want to make a statement and if you just want to get noticed. Well, I wouldn't say that it's a hot one, but it's a definitely great fragrance.
And yeah, basically everything you said was something I would pretty much say, because I do feel this is extremely well made. It's extremely unique. You will definitely stand out from the crowd whenever you're wearing this. But I've always been split about how I feel about it. There's something about this one that I think is fantastic. But there's also something about this I don't like. It's a bit hard to explain this one, because this to me is not hot, and this is definitely not a mass appealing hot kind of fragrance. It's very unique, and this kind of fragrance is something a lot of people are just not used to. But with that said, those times I worn this while being on a date, I actually received compliments. You will definitely get compliments from some, because this really makes you stand out, and whenever you stand out, there's a chance someone is going to enjoy it. But this is not a mass appealing kind of scent. I like parts of it a lot, but I also, there's something about it I don't like. This is not hot, but it does have something attractive about it.
The one I have in my hands is a 2023 year's release. And this is a fragrance that is extremely popular. This is something, the whole line is something that people just love. And I know you are one of them who absolutely love the fragrances in this collection. And the one I have is Acqua di Gio, and this is the Parfum. And this is the latest release. So is this hot or not?
So I'm going to link to my first impressions of this above, so please do check it out. This is, are you ready? I'm going to do spray here, straight up right here. There are a lot of aquatic fresh fragrances out there, but not all of them are attractive. This one, however, I'm going to say is an attractive aquatic freshie. This is definitely, when we are talking about freshies, a hot one.
Okay, so I don't know when this was, but I think it was somewhere in the beginning when you just got this, and I knew that you had been doing a Rebel spray, which means 20 sprays at least.
Okay.
And I thought that the room smelled horrible.
Whoa!
It was really cloying, it was everything, and it was not about the amount of sprays, it was about the scent. So when you spray this up here, you notice that I didn't smell it, because I think this is, it's not hot, it's not extremely bad, but I really don't like it.
And now we are going niche, and we are going niche with Kilian Angels Share. How do you feel about this one? Hot or not?
Hot or not? This is tough, because this is one of my absolute favorite fragrances. It smells so incredible. It's a beautiful scent. The sweetness, the booziness, the spiciness. This one just has it all. And yes, it's fucking hot.
Damn it, you almost had me there. I was like, we can't be friends anymore. So yeah, I think Kilian Angels Share, it's definitely one of the best sort of a boozy gourmand scents in the world. This is incredibly sexy. This is crazy expensive. but worth it, definitely worth it. This thing will make any man stand out in a very sexy way. This is definitely crazy hot.
I'm not happy that the summer is moving to an end and that the fall is coming, but I am happy that the fall is coming because that means that now it's starting to be the time of the year when you pull out those leather focused
bit heavier
fragrances.
scents.
Yes, and
I've been resting a bit on my leathers during the summer, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
You really have, and one of the best, I haven't said that it's hot yet, but one of the best leather focused fragrances a man can wear is Tom Ford's Ombre Leather Parfum. What do you think? Is it hot? Does it make you feel hot?
So let's see if you're going to shy away from this like you did with Acqua di Parfum, but let's see here. So if you are a subscriber, which you are, right? Come on, hit that subscribe right now. Then you know that I'm a leather freak. I absolutely love the scent of leather, and Tom Ford Ombre Leather, the OG, is one of my fragrances for life. That thing is crazy hot. This one, even though I prefer the OG Ombre Leather over this one is hot as well. So yeah, a big, I don't know what I'm going to, yeah, two hotness thumbs, something like that.
So my whole nose and my mouth actually tastes of Ombre Leather Parfum because I was like,
oh whoa,
in this.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Well, this one is so elegant, so sophisticated, and crazy hot.
So next up, a fragrance from Ralph Lauren. This is Polo Earth. How do you feel about it?
Well, in fact, you got this a while ago.
Yeah.
And when you got it, I remember that neither you or I was that impressed with it. And I thought it was kind of meh. Either I have changed or the bottle with the fragrance has changed, because you sprayed this on one day and I was like, he smells different and he smells really good.
Yeah, you're giving me a compliment for
I
that
did,
one. Yeah.
and then you also told me that like 30 minutes ago you also got a compliment for it.
Yeah.
And I picked this up before we did this video. I didn't know that you were going to choose it, but I picked this up and I was like, maybe I should choose one that is not hot. And then I just smelled this and I was like, well, it's not going to be this one because this is hot.
So here's the thing with me and Polo Earth. If you check it out, you can actually see that I've used it. And I've used it not because I love it, but because I wanted to thoroughly explore this fragrance. And I do feel I've done that. And here's the interesting part. I think this is a well-made fragrance. I think this smells good. I like it. Do I love it? No. Do I think this is a hot fragrance? No. But almost every single time I've worn this and oversprayed, I do want to mention that, I received a compliment. And the day you mentioned, that was a day with multiple compliments. So this is a fragrance other people seem to find hot. I don't find it hot, but I do want to say this though. The opening is the part, the least likable part for me. The dry on is a lot better than the opening. So I would love to know how you feel about these. Do you feel they are hot or not? Please do drop a like on this video. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. Make sure you head on over to Sandra Solomon Fragrance. I'm gonna link to her channel in the description below. Sub to her, sub to me, and I'll see you in the next one.